Your mini swap. This week's mini swap is called Garden Harvest. So anything that you would use to harvest the garden is allowed, right? Pretty easy, no biggie, lemon squeezy, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna show you what I made. I'm not gonna quite go into step by step like I usually do because I had a brain lapse and I didn't leave one to put together on camera like I usually do. So I do have some little bits and parts of leftovers, so I'll show you those. So I actually came up with two ideas, hence the reason you see this one and you see this one. Because I wasn't sure if I liked this one, if I thought it was gardeny enough, but you know what? There's no wrong way, right? That's what I always say. So I decided to go ahead and make both, decide which one I like the most, and I ended up using this for a swap that is not in RTS. I'm do other swaps also, and use this one for this swap. So we'll go over both just because, you know what? It's okay to see more than one example. Yeah, that's what I've decided. Okay, so I use this Close to My Heart stamp set. Let's see if I have it in camera here. And I love gnomes. I just think they're the cutest thing. I have a little fountain out back, and my Close to Heart rep, Melissa, she knows I like gnomes at this point, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we haven't had the discussion, but considering I bought almost every one that Close to My Heart has come out with, it's kind of obvious. And if you want, I am more than happy to send you to her, Melissa. Just message me and we'll get you all set up to get an order. I'm sure she would be very happy and grateful to do that. I know there's lots of reps, so I'm not pushing nobody. Just happens to be who I use. No wrong or right? We all buy our goodies at different spots. So I ended up using a 3x3 card, and I almost made a tag again, but I decided not to. I'm kind of over the tags right now. And I just picked a paper pad that I thought looked gardenish. I used Stamps of My Life die set to make this base. And I used that stamp set. I took some extra cardstock and I stamped out a bunch of little gnomes with this little sign. He's so cute. This little birdie with a matching wheelbarrow. And yeah, then I just sat and colored them. I used these markers, which I gotta tell y'all, I don't even know how to say them. They're these. I bought these thinking they were these in my oh, I gotta get them. Because there was another lady in the clearance aisle of Hobby Lobby. And she was looking at all the stuff. I'm like, oh, I want those markers. Because I thought they were tri-blends. No, they're not. They're these chameleon. Yeah. I'm a horrible. Yeah, that's what it's called. And these are blending markers, which I gotta tell you, they're cool, but it took me 2 YouTube videos to figure out how to use these without being frustrated. Now you can just use them in color and it's not a problem, but I wanted this ombre effect once I knew what they actually were and what they could do. And my daughter's like, when I first brought them home, she's like, Mom, you know those aren't regular markers, right? And I'm like, no, they're just markers. And she's like, no, Mom, they're special markers. Duh. But you know what? I figured out how to do them. That's why there's an ombre effect here. This was one of the practice ones. Obviously, the longer you hold it on the little tip that takes the ink away, as you color, the ink comes back. So I held it too long, obviously. There is some pink in here, but not enough to see. So this was one of my extras. And I just layered them on top of each other. And then now, what I would love to do in a perfect world is put a few enamel dots, maybe one over here by his hat, because we don't want it to look like he's dropped anything over here. And maybe like one here and one here, because we don't want the bird looking like he drove a drive-by. So, and I would use some foam tape and I would pop this up. That's what I would do. But it's a mini swap and we want it to lay as flat as possible. So instead, I did color these obviously, and I did die cut them and I washi taped them to the back. Again, there's my name so that everybody knows. You guys make sure you put your name on the back so everyone knows who took the time to create this for them. So yeah, I mean, there's my first little embellishment. Again, I wasn't 100% sure, because what I really wanted, I thought I had a stamp that said harvest or something to that effect. And I do, but not that fits in that square. Like, it does not fit in that square. So I went with Truly Amazing because it was obviously part of the set and it fit. And you know what? It's okay. It's all right. I actually like it a lot. I mean, it's kind of cool that we can grow our own things and provide for ourselves. I think it's neat. I don't know. It's not like it's a new thing. People have been doing it for ages, right? We didn't always have supermarkets, but that's what that embellishment ended up to be. That's what everyone in my teams will get. That's what I'm mailing to my captains. Wasn't sure if I liked that, so I did this one. I love this one too, right? I took a paper pad because I've been watching Janet's organizing series and I love her ideas. And I was like, you know what? I need to use these things. This is ridiculous. I watched her video where she's keeping her 6x6s next to her die cut machine, which I'm not far off, honestly, from that. But I still didn't grab them enough. So you know what? Oh, I grabbed them. Yes, I did. And I used this stamp set by Bo Bunny. I've had this for a while. Obviously, I've used it really well. And I edged it with some edging dies that I got from Stamps of Our Life. They send some freebies sometimes. And then I made some letters to spell out jam. And I decided I was going to make a title block. And then an extra embellishment with a doily. I have little tiny doily dies. I thought I had them sitting here. They misappeared. Oh no, here's one. I need to clean my desk, so just pretend like it's beautiful. Right? It's like when you have your best friends over, you're like, don't be looking at my kitchen. It looks all right. We live here. So anyway, I have a bunch of different sets of these that I use to cut what I had left into doilies to make them kind of match and go together. I decided that I would use canning jars because I grew up on a farm, and I love to garden. This year I didn't get to do a lot because we moved, but we would make big batches of jam and we would can green beans and cut corn off the cob. And, you know, I grew up poor. So that's how we ate. You know, we had a garden, and bless my mother's soul, she went out of her way to make sure we had food. So I could tell you stories all day long about canning. But I decided to go with jam. Tell you a funny story. When I was a kid, when I say we made batches of jam, like my whole family, I have a large extended family in Oklahoma. That's where I grew up. And we would make batches of jam. We had choke cherry trees. We had peach trees, apples. Like, we would make apple butter for ages, and we would all eat it. I love apple butter. It's a Southern thing. I mean, I guess maybe other people eat it, but like in the South, that's what you had as a snack, as a piece of butter and bread, or apple butter and bread. I mean, that's what we did. Anyway, so yeah, we would make it, and so we were peeling apples, and our whole family was there. My cousins were all there, and we would all get together and how should I put this? If I say like what we actually did, some people might be offended, but we would take the chickens to the freezer. Let's just put it that way. The boys would all do that, and the girls would all do the jam and or whatever we happened to be canning. And so my mom told me to go grab the sugar. I was probably 13. Yeah, well, I did not grab the big old 5-gallon bucket of sugar. I grabbed the salt. And in all fairness to me, no adult checked it. I ruined an entire batch of apples and apple butter. But you know what? To this day, I still check to make sure I have sugar and not salt. Oh, goodness. Okay, so this is what the other one I ended up with. And it's just a title with mason jars and the word jam, and then a doily with a little bit of embellishments that we're going to put on here now. We're going to do some enamel dots. I got all these enamel dots that I need to use up, and I've decided today is that day. So, and since I don't get to put together what I used for our actual scrap, which is this swap, which is this one. I am going to embellish this one because this swap that I'm using these for are actually, they do not have to have, and I don't really like those. They do not have to have no bulk. They can have bulk. It's okay. So because of that, I am going to do this. Oh, yeah. And I think I'm going to put this one, and let's do a ginormous one here. I don't like that there. That's the one thing about enamel dots not sticking so well, because you can just move them, and once I decide, then I use the glue. Okay, so there, we'll do that. Maybe, let's see, we want to have 5, right? So 1, 2. Should I do 1 at each letter, or should I go like, I don't know. I can't decide. Oh, this is too much pressure. This is too much. I don't know. I don't even think I want any. I don't. I think that's it. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, okay. Thanks for agreeing. Once again, y'all in my head are totally saying, yeah, that's good, Jen. Do that. My friends all call me Jen. My family calls me Jen. So when you hear me say Jen, I'm either Jen or Jen. Yeah. I don't know what everybody's been up to this week, and I can't wait to see you guys' embellishments. It's been a busy week for me. It has. I've been like running like a chicken with my head cut off, and oh, that's gonna tear the paper a little. Is that where we're at? That's where we're at. It's not what I wanted, but so I actually have enough sticky to make an impact. I know. Yeah, I've been like crazy busy. I don't know. I'm just not, I can't keep up with my kids. I'm getting old. You know what? Let's do white. I think white will look good on here. I'm using up these big ones because I just never know where to use them. I just don't. Like I try, I don't. Yeah. There. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry I forgot to leave one of the little gnomes out, but I'll try to remember next time. I will remember next time. So yeah, I mean, there is my embellishment for our swap. Here is the one I made for another swap. Either one would work for this, right? I feel like they're both gardeny and gardeny. Is that even a word? Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so let's go over how we mail. This week's going to be a little bit different because I am going to go over an issue, right? We have our number 10 standard envelope. We get our cardstock. We tape ours to it. Now I am on a couple captains. I'm on 2 teams, and we'll go over that too. But this one I'm on 1. So we put them inside of here. Now I did decide to also add what I consider to be a garden sticker sheet. So I will put 4 of these in here. They're flat, so they are not going to add any bulk. Then we are going to self-addressed an envelope. Your name here, an address. Your name here, an address. Because then no matter what happens, when your captain sends back, it will get to you, right? Don't use this size envelope, please. Do not use a standard card envelope. Here's why. You know what? In this one, mine would fit, right? I could cut this, and I could get 2 on this side, flip it over, and put 2 on this side and stick it in there. But I don't know what my other participants of my team are going to mail. Maybe they did a title. Maybe their title is only this tall, but it is the entire length. If that happens, then your captain is going to have a heck of a time sticking this title inside here. Like it's not going to work, right? So it's very important that you use a number 10 standard envelope. That's the only real rules we even have in this, because that way your other participants' embellishments are guaranteed to fit. Otherwise, what has to happen is your captain has to choose and or message me and say, hey, so-and-so didn't send the right size envelope. what should I do? Well, she can get a right size envelope and she can pay for the 2 stamps and she can send it to you. Not that it's a huge deal. It's not, right? It's 2 stamps, but we really appreciate our captains and we want to make it as easy for them as possible. And yeah, so just use a number 10 standard envelope. Get them at Walmart, 40 of them for like $2, okay? And we're going to stick that inside of here with 2 stamps on it. And we are going to tape it shut. We tape it shut because we never know what's going to happen in the long lost mail. Yeah, so that is our embellishment swap this week. I thought it was kind of cool that I could show you 2 different options I thought worked with this that I had made. And I hope you guys have fun. Now, I've reached 100 subscribers, which I did not set out to do that. I didn't care. Like, honestly, YouTube kind of terrifies me. But I promised you guys I would give away one of the pockets that I made for the leaf swap, and so I will. So on the Facebook page, in Love RTS, I want you to comment, what should we comment? Tell me your favorite fall line and who it's from. Because you know what? I honestly have not bought any. I have 2 tubs of fall and I've been restraining. So let's see what everyone is buying. What you guys tell me your favorite fall line, what company it's made from, and you'll be entered to win. And on Monday, I will pick a winner. So you will get one of my fall pockets. If you haven't seen that, go to my last video that I did about it. I'll try to link it here in the things. I'm not that great at it, but I'm getting better. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Thank you for following me. I don't even, like, I don't think I'm worthy of followers, but hey, that's all right. I appreciate all of you for being participants in our swaps. And if you want to join our swaps, you're watching this by some chance, you just come on over to Facebook, Love RTS, ask to join. We have a lot of fun. Beautiful people, wonderful inspiration, and we all just enjoy learning and sharing with each other and people that understand the same things we enjoy. So have a great day, and my next video will be about in the crock pot. That's our next one. So it's that time of year, right? It's time to put stuff in the crock pot so we can get some stuff done and have a nice hot meal. So y'all have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye.